The Atom by Ahmad and Dania Salim. Atoms are substances that are very, very small. They can't really be seen and hardly have a mass at all. Protons and neutrons crammed up in a ball and surrounded by electrons protecting them like a wall. This is what makes up an atom, a characteristic consistent with them all. The protons and neutrons are always whining. Why can't we be involved in covalent and ionic bonds with our positive and neutral charges that correspond? The electrons that are found in the outer shell carry a negative charge that allows them to attract others well. But those proud valence electrons, they do interact with other atoms that together react to create different elements like cesium and barium, potassium, and even magnesium. But I, the proton, determine the most important thing. It's called the atomic number, which without me, nobody could bring. Knowledge about the atom all began one day when a young scientist named Dalton had researched about atoms and questioned, what are they? So Dalton went on with some experiments that made it clear that all an atom is a solid sphere, and the only thing that differed from one element to the next is the mass of its atoms, which made it complex. But Thomson, who came later, had some different views. He said that Dalton was somewhat confused. The atom is not in fact very enduring, and my plum pudding model is way more assuring. At this time, the atomic theory had begun to transform, so scientists had devoted their time to experiments which led to reform. A scientist named Rutherford had just done an experiment on atoms made of gold, and he found out that the alpha particles were very uncontrolled. They bounced right back from the thin sheet of gold. So once again, the atomic theory was retold, with Rutherford's new concept of a dense atomic mold. The next important development came in 1914, when a scientist named Bohr said, in reality, the electrons move around the nucleus with specific energies. And that is how an atom is. Now you can become a chemistry whiz. That marks the end of our presentation about atoms. Thank you for listening.